Do you plan your week? Meaning setting a specific time in your calendar to sit down and look at all the obligations, meetings, responsibilities, and deliverables that are coming up in the week ahead. Do you have time blocked out in your calendar? If I were to look at it right now, is there a slot that you're committed to doing that type of work? If not, then I encourage you to spend the next minute with me here on this video because there are four specific reasons that I want to share with you and why investing the 15, 30, or even 60 minutes every week to plan and to reflect is going to pay back way more than the time that you spend doing the planning. So oftentimes clients will send me a screenshot of their calendar, and if I see white spaces and a bunch of white spaces in between meetings, I always ask, what are you planning to do and why isn't it in your calendar? Just like meetings, to be as effective as you can, I highly encourage you to put stuff into your calendar. But now let's talk about the four reasons of why planning is so beneficial. Number one, it's going to be a lot easier for you to say no if you already know what's coming up. You're going to be less reactive to other people's requests because you constantly have to shuffle things around and make a decision. Is this worth it? Am I allocating priorities right? Because you know the alternative. You know what I would have been on the plan. If you don't do the plan and you just kind of go with the flow, and you might have the excuse of, well, I can't plan my day ahead because I don't know yet what's going to come up. Then you're constantly reacting to everything that's going on, the fires and the drills and the requests and so forth. And yes, some of this is inevitable, but a big chunk of that, I dare to say that there is a big part of it that you would have to reevaluate. And if you learn how to say yes and you're clear on why you're saying yes and you're doing so confidently, you could reprioritize. The second benefit is that it gives you confidence because you actually know what you're executing on, and it makes you feel good because you get a sense of accomplishment and a sense of structure in your day. Number three is that it doesn't allow for any time being wasted in between meetings. Let's say you have 30 minutes in between two meetings. You don't yet know what to do because nothing is in there. It's just a white spot in your calendar. And then look at your to-do list. By the time you figured out what to do, 10 minutes are already over. And then it's sort of like too little time left to start anything meaningful. So what do? You default back to your inbox, which is why we keep checking our inbox all day long because it's the easiest, the most comfortable place to go. Could also be Slack for that matter, right? So knowing exactly what you need to do in the allocated time and the white spots in between meetings will make you so much more effective. Now, the fourth part is actually what I would believe the most important. It's the fact that when you plan ahead, you're using your prefrontal cortex, the place in your mind and your brain that allows you to think analytically, logically, rationally, and make good long-term decisions. When you go about your days and you don't have a plan, the likelihood for you to pursue any urges, such as the urge of checking your inbox or the urge of not doing the dreaded thing that's on your to-do list, is way higher because now you're not using your prefrontal cortex. Now your croc brain is in charge, and that is probably not the smartest solution. It's like me wanting to eat chocolate all day, but no, I make a decision ahead of time saying I'm not eating chocolate because I know it's not going to serve me, versus going about my urges during the day and just letting things unfold. Yet with chocolate, we all get this, but at work, a lot of us fall into this trap. So these are my four reasons why planning is so important, why it makes sense to block out time in your calendar to do the upfront planning and then also the reflection in your next planning meeting, and to block out as much of your white space that you can on your calendar to already predetermine what you're going to do. Curious to hear what your thoughts are about planning, what's working and what isn't working for you. So leave a comment down below.